was doing like a 3-day glimpse into coaching event on May, let's see, sorry, it's dark, my calendar, May 3rd through the 5th, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have some challenge groups ending right before that, so it should be a really good time. And then possibly that next week, starting maybe on the 9th, we didn't talk about how long of a duration of a group, but maybe doing like a Beachbody on Demand free challenge group, trying to get some people signed up on an account for the 30-day free trial and doing different workouts then. How long do you think we would do that for? Like, how long would that group go?
I still think doing a 7-day makes the most sense.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's probably hard to keep people's attention too much longer than that, right?
Yeah, and then that way we can plan a paid group on the 16th. Like if we wanted to do another 21-day fixed group, or if there's another program that's on sale for May that we want to really feature, we could have that start that next Monday.
Awesome. Yeah. No, that's great. And so I guess we'll make that plan once we find out what's coming out in a couple days.
Okay. I know Joy did something like an on-demand group like that. Becca, do you remember anything else about what she did? Just kind of.
I did one.
You did? How did it go?
It was okay. I don't know. I got like 4 people to actually, because like a bunch of people said, yeah. And then once I was like, okay, this is what, go here, sign up. I think like 4 did it.
Ended up doing it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to look because I don't remember who it was. Like, did they end up buying a challenge pack? I just posted like different workout. I just chose a random workout each day. Like a different program, like size and then blah, blah, blah. But
right.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that great.
Okay.
But,
what could we do to make, like, what would improve it? Like, I don't know, what are some good ideas that we could do to try and make it good? Or is that a bad idea? I don't know.
I think it'll be fine because you have more than one coach running it. And because I did it by myself. And that's just always harder.
That is with a really small group.
I wonder if we did a recipe a day. If that might be kind of fun too, if we did a recipe and a workout a day.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And I always think prizes help. Like if you say like, come on, like you're going for a prize.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe say what the prize is because that sometimes helps.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Well, we can keep kind of brainstorming about that.
And you got to monitor what workouts you do. They got to complement each other. So you can't just.
Yeah, well, we can use those.
Chest again.
Yeah.
Come on, ladies.
2 days in a row, but we can use the weekly thing that they email out, your Beachbody on Demand schedule.
Weekly,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and am I right in noticing that on the Beachbody on Demand, you can do any of the whole week's workouts any day that week? Like
I've seen some daily du jours, and they disappear when the day's over.
Oh, really? Because like when I click on the daily du jour, it gives me like the whole week's, like what they're going to be. But I haven't tried to do one that has already happened yet. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow. I'll play around with it.
Yeah, they keep changing it from when I last used it the most, but I don't use it that much.
I was trying to, but then I get too frustrated at 6 a.m. when it's not working. That would really mess up our challenge group.
Yeah, that would be a bummer.
Yeah.
We're gonna find the workout guys, so we're not doing one today.
Yeah.
We'll have to have some like YouTube backups.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's true. I love those autumn ab workouts we did.
Yeah.
I think those were awesome.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Sarah, I don't think you need to explain the what is coaching group since it's just us.
Okay.
But thank you for being ready to do that. Maybe next time.
Okay.
All right. Well, should we start without Christina or should we give her a couple minutes?
So go ahead.
Okay. How am I going to do this? Do I share the screen? Okay. So this is something that I learned about at our Super Saturday. One of the girls that was there was actually pretty funny because my dad was explaining how he got into coaching and how he just dove right in, and he kind of expected all his coaches to do that too, and they didn't. And he also was like, okay, I need to praise them more, but I forget because I just think that everyone does what they're supposed to do and just gets their work done. So then she said, okay, so I heard this really cool thing about personality traits related to animals. Oh, and by the way, you're a total rhino. And we're like, what? But she kind of explained it's really cool. So this is Josh Coates, and I actually have been doing a recruiting group with him for the past 4 weeks, and it's been incredible. And I love everything that he's had to say. I love how he's pushing us to be a little bit more bold with our posts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, doing a transformation story or a throwback story twice a week, and then a coaching opportunity too. And so that's kind of been the format and the layout. But then he does weekly videos too. So this is part of one of his videos, and he's just going to talk about the personality traits kind of related to animals. It's important to understand yourself and your strengths and your weaknesses, and then also your customers and your challengers and your coaches, because then you can kind of see how they tick and what motivates them and kind of help them too. So we'll just watch it. It's about 15 minutes, and then I think we should all talk about, you know, what animal we think we are and what our strengths and weaknesses are, and then we can kind of discuss that. So.
Go over a few reasons
and
why you may not be seeing success, okay? Because I want to put your mind at ease, okay? Number one, I want to talk to you about personality types. Now, some of you maybe have been in one of my previous training groups and you heard me talk about personality types and how it relates to leadership. Some of you maybe seen my YouTube video. If you haven't, go check it out. I'll explain it a little bit more in depth. But tonight I want to specifically talk to you about why personality types may be having an effect on your how fast it takes you to get to success, okay? Not because that there's some that are better than others. I need you to understand this, okay? So here's the thing. We have 4 main personality types. If you've ever heard of DISC, DISC has like an explanation for it. Then there's like the whole ruby and emerald. Here's the thing. I don't like any of that crap. It's too hard for me to remember. I'm kind of stupid. Make it simple for me, okay? Just make it simple. So I like to do animals, okay? Even my stupid brain can remember animals, okay? So number 1, we've got the rhino. The rhino is full force ahead. Join me or get the heck out of my way. Those of you that have been listening to the 10X rule, Grant Cardone is 1,000% rhino. No excuses, no BS, just we're making it happen, right? Some of you listen to that and you're like, man, this is cool, but I don't know if I can handle this. Like, this is a little much. Like, I'm going to try. I wish I could be more like Grant, but that's just not my natural wiring, okay? That's okay. You don't have to be naturally wired like that. We can get some rhino in there. Second thing is peacock. Peacock is put me in the spotlight. I'm the loudest person here. I'm going to be the most fun person here, the most energetic person here. I'm going to get everyone to look at me, okay? I have a lot of peacock in me, which is why I love public speaking. Just going to be real, okay? Here's the thing. I like to say that the peacock's motto is party now, plan later. We love, 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 love all of the rewards. We hate all of the details and processes it takes to earn the rewards, okay? We just want to laugh and play and have a good time. That's it, okay? All party, no plan, okay? Third one is golden retriever. Golden retriever is very loyal, very faithful, very community-driven, very purpose-driven. They're a little more on the introvert side, but they're not necessarily like a go sit at home alone kind of person. They really like to be with the group. They just do not want to be the person in the spotlight making the decisions, okay? So you're to think about Batman and Robin, okay? The golden retriever likes to be Robin. there by your side. I'm a part of the team. We're going to win. We're going to beat the bad guy. Just don't like talk about me or like put me in the spotlight. Okay. That's the golden retriever. The best friend you'll ever have. Honestly, to be completely honest, golden retrievers are just some of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. They absolutely love and care about people. Okay. They just don't talk a lot. And when they do talk, they don't talk real loud. Okay. Fourth thing is an owl. Now, an owl is the exact opposite of the peacock. They are the hardest people for me to get along with, which is funny because God always puts opposites together. I'm a peacock. My wife is an owl, of course. Owls, whereas the peacock says, party now, plan later. And by later, they mean like never. Mm-hmm. The owl says, plan now and party later. And by like later, they mean never. Owls love spreadsheets. They love to color code everything. They love to alphabetize everything. Everything's got to be in order from smallest to biggest and biggest to smallest and from lightest colors to darkest colors. And they love details. They are the absolute introvert. Okay? So peacocks, we actually get our energy from being around people, which is why I recorded all of these videos live. For me to sit here and stare at a computer and talk to myself for an hour, I would go crazy. Like literally, I would go crazy. I would I would go hysterical. I couldn't handle spending that much time by myself. But if I see faces and I see expressions and I see people, it feeds me. It gets me more excited and more across. Owls are the opposite. If owls spend a lot of time around a bunch of people, it drains their energy, and then they have to go spend time by themselves to actually recover and re-energize. So why did I just tell you all of that? Because here's the thing. Rhinos have spent their entire life leading the pack. Now, I like to say that like the ideal rhino, if you think about like stereotypes, would be the high school quarterback. The high school quarterback is not the nicest person usually, right? Not the friendliest person. Usually only has 2 or 3 friends because no one else can stand the guy, but everyone wants to be like the guy. So if the high school quarterback says, hey, we're all going to go down to the lake and go jump off the cliff, everyone's like, yeah, we're going to jump off the cliff. Cool, man, right? Everyone just follows. Now, here's the thing. The rhino is not a good natural connector, but naturally people follow them. So if you are a rhino, this business is a lot easier for you because people naturally follow you, which is why it's a lot easier for rhinos to recruit, and which is why if you study top coaches in the business, 90% of them are rhinos. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be a rhino to be successful. It means that rhinos more naturally. Now, one of my clients, she's a very, very, very good friend of mine, is a golden retriever. I'm telling you right now, she hits bigger numbers than anyone else in the company has ever dreamed of. She's a golden retriever, okay? So this is not to say only rhinos can be successful, but I do believe that rhinos have easier and quicker success because everyone's been following them their whole life, right? So why not? They're very confident and passionate about where they're going. And if you want to join them, come along. If you don't, I don't care. I'm going to go anyways. Okay? Peacocks have very quick success if they do the right things. Because their entire life, they have been attracting the spotlight. I say, hey, go post on social media 4 times a day. They say, oh man, only 4? Like I've been doing it like 20 times a day. Is that not okay? No, that's okay. That's okay. Keep doing 20. If you were already doing 20 times a day, just keep doing that. It's totally fine. I say, take selfies, right? On Tuesday and Thursday and open up about your deep, dark secrets. Peacocks are like, oh, sweet. I get to talk more. Like I can tell more of my story. Okay, sweet. They love to open up and be vulnerable and tell everybody what's going on. So when peacocks do the right things, they have quick success because this business is based a lot on how much attention can you draw to yourself, right? Now, if you're watching this and you're a peacock, I need you to understand one of our weaknesses as peacocks is we try to do too many different things and we forget to focus on the right things, which is why I provided in this group a daily checklist. In my first year in business, I had to make myself every single day when I came home from work, take care of my business first. First thing when you get home from work, take care of your business so you can't get distracted. Then you can go have fun and play games. Then when I finally discovered the 2 or 3 things that mattered the most that I really need to be focused on, this is what I did. I said, okay, Josh, do those 2 or 3 things first. Then you can go play on Word Swag. Then you can go make YouTube videos. Then you can go then you can go do all the fun stuff if you take care of the practical stuff first. That's really hard for a peacock because we just love to play. We love to play. We hear a podcast that says you should have a new website. We'll stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning playing with a website, never finish it. And then tomorrow hear a new podcast that says we need to do something different. Stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning doing that thing, never finish it. Literally, it'll just go on forever. We wake up a year from now and we have worked harder than anyone else on the planet and seen absolutely no results because we've never actually finished a single thing we started. So as a peacock, please stick to the daily agenda, okay? Please. If you do that, you'll have actually pretty easy success because people are naturally drawn to you. You're probably really good in front of the camera. You're probably really good with videos. You're probably actually even really good with stuff like Word Swag. Peacocks seem to kind of naturally have a little bit more of like a creative and colorful personality, okay? So, golden retrievers. Here's the thing. Your strength is that you care about people so much. You are so good at showing people how much you care, okay? Here's some of your weaknesses that you really got to watch out for. Because you care so much about people, and this is something I talked about in week 2, you form people to death because you are so scared that if you actually give them an invite, that they won't want to be your friend anymore. You don't need to be everyone's friend, okay? So here's the thing, and here's what I need, this is kind of what I really wanted to get to here. If you are a golden retriever, you have spent your entire life avoiding the spotlight. So when you signed up as a Beachbody coach, you probably had this much of a warm network, right? Now, rhinos and peacocks, they're just naturally, everywhere they went, people just flock with them and hang out with them and go to them, right? Golden retriever, you spent your whole life avoiding the spotlight. And you're trying to figure out why you're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing and not seeing success as quick as they did. And here's why. Because this is the first time in your life you've shined a spotlight in your face, right? So first of all, nobody's been looking at you. And I don't mean that to be mean, okay? You've been avoiding it, so don't take offense to that because you've been trying to keep them from looking at you, okay? So for the first time, you're asking for attention. And it's gonna take some time, and you're gonna have to work really hard to get to the point where people are naturally drawn to you, okay? Which is why you've got to do these things that I'm teaching you over and over and over and over and over and over, okay? Here's the other thing, though. You're not real natural in the spotlight, okay? You ask a peacock to get on stage and deliver a speech, and I'm like, let's do it. Just give me something to talk about. If I'm not a genius, if I don't know what you're talking about, I'll make it up and I'll have a good time anyways, right? You ask a golden retriever to get on stage and speak, and they're like, what? I mean, you could literally give them something that they have studied their entire life. They would still be scared to death to get up and talk about it, right? So here's the thing. When a peacock takes a selfie, we're like, we're like having a blast. We're like, yeah. When a golden retriever takes a selfie, they're like, right? When a peacock tells our story, we're like, 5 years ago, I was stuck in this crazy place, and I can't even believe what I was going through. In fact, I woke up every single day and did something that I hated with a passion. I didn't even realize The thing that I was stuck in, it was killing me. You see, I'm this passionate and I'm this creative person, and here I am stuck at this job where I don't get to tap into any of that. I'm stuck at a job where I'm literally doing the same thing over and over and over like a freaking robot. Hear how easy that was for me to go into my story? A golden retriever is like, I can't believe 5 years ago life was so hard, but now I'm better. Comment below if you want more details. Why? Because a golden retriever has been trying to avoid attention, right? And now we're asking you to call out for it. It is going to take you longer to get it down. So how do you figure it out? How do you learn? The same way we learned how to ride a bicycle. We fell over and over and over and over and over. Got scabbed up knees, got scabbed up elbows, got scabbed up forehead, but you just kept doing it, okay? You want to know how you become successful? Do it over and over and over, and do not question yourself, okay? If you're struggling in this business right now and saying, Josh, I'm doing all the right things, it's just not working, keep doing it. It will work. What you sow, you will reap. It's a universal law. I don't care if you believe in the Bible or not. That is a universal law. If you sow it, you reap it. Okay? Don't give up. Here's the thing. If you're an owl,
2 minutes.
Number one, you don't even really like being around people. Let's just be real here, okay? You usually have 2 or 3 people that you're really, really close to, and the rest of the world you're pretty much okay with not hanging out with very often. And you have to convince yourself that you need to talk to these people every single day. And that drains you. Because being around a lot of people is very draining. You would rather be by yourself, sipping on a cup of coffee, reading a book, right? So you've got to tap into your why and your mission like nobody else. And decide that what you want, your year down the road, is worth the work and the pain and the effort it's going to take today. And you've got to decide. If you know what? If you need to like start your 10 convos and then go take a break and like read a book or drink, whatever. Do what you got to do, but you've got to find a way to get it done. Here's the other weakness that you will have as an owl, is that everything I say, you're trying to analyze. And you're trying to figure out what it's going to look like and how it's going to happen and where it's going to fit and what's going to happen here and what's going to happen there. And you are trying to cross every T and dot every I. You are trying to figure out everything before it ever happens. And you don't think you can go until you know exactly what's going to happen. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the same thing Grant Cardone says. If you wait till you figure it out until you start, you'll never start. The only way to figure it out is to move forward. Nobody ever figured out business sitting in a chair reading a book. And I read books every single day, and I thank God I read books because I've learned and grown so much more because of books. But at the end of the day, I got to take what I read in that book and go do it and find out what happens, right? The number one way to learn how to overcome objections is to just try overcoming objections and see what the heck happens, right? You want to know how you get Facebook ads? Some of you watched my Facebook ad video and you're already frustrated as crap. You're like this.
Okay, let me unscreen, unshare. Okay, what did you guys think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. That was awesome.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, I could go through my list of friends and I was pinpointing all the different ones.
Right. So let's talk about who we think we are and our strengths and weaknesses from what he said, and anything else you want to say. Do you want to start, Molly?
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I probably think that I am mostly a rhino. I don't do well with stupidity and nonsense, and I don't know, but I think I have some peacock in me too. Although I'm not, like, when he was first describing it, I actually thought I sounded more like Peacock. But then when he went into, like, the second round of, like, specific details, I was like, ooh, that's not me. Because, like, I don't color code things and, you know, all that. So I'm like, I'm not that, like, organized or whatever. I just get it done, and however it's done, it's done. So I'm probably mostly Rhino, but I don't know. Hopefully I'm still nice to people too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's the part of the Rhino that I don't see in my dad either, is, you know, the guy who nobody likes or whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we are a combination of a few, and that's totally okay too. Like I'm sure it's normal to be a blend of a couple of them. Sarah, is Christina on? Because I saw her for a second ago.
Was on, and then I don't know what happened to her.
Darn, I should have said something right when I saw her.
Don't let me text her fast.
Okay.
Right back.
Okay, Jeff.
Yes. What am I?
Uh-huh. Wait. You want to guess, Dad?
I honestly have a really hard time figuring out what other people are, and I struggle with what Jeff is. I don't know. I think more like golden retriever, but I'm not.
No, it all goes back to high school. Let me tell you about this. Just kidding. That's part of the story. Anyway, being a peacock.
Uh-huh.
I had done all these things, and I was really good at sports. I mean, not to brag or anything, but everybody's like, you're bragging. I was like, you asked what I did, and you asked what I accomplished, and there was a lot. And so many people are like, you're bragging. So I just haven't done any of that for the longest time, and I actually avoid it.
Avoid what?
Telling people, like, you know, just some of my... It's high school, but anyway.
You are a golden retriever, aren't you?
He is. That example of my story, like I used to be fat, now I'm not. Sorry.
Basically.
And I'm like, he was
I leave out all the little good stuff.
having a hard time and the days were rough, and he's like, yeah, I'm good now. It's kind of funny. So I think we need to work on his story and like really crafting it and putting it into words and his words, because that is a challenging thing for him, right? Wouldn't you say? Yeah.
So I listened to another one of Josh's trainings on personality, and he said for golden retrievers, don't ever talk numbers with them. Talk about inviting them to be a part of a community, and talk about emotional things, because they want to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. That's really good to know.
I'll agree to all that, Tom.
See, a lot of times I try and convince people using logic and numbers, and for certain people it means nothing to explain things that way. But if you can reach into their heart and say, we have this huge goal of changing the whole world, and we want you to be a part of it. Come on, let's go. That's a different way to motivate people, right?
That's how I signed up under you, Tom. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm like, sign me up, boy.
It's that passion. I wrote it down. Confidence and passion. That's you, like, to a T.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with a rhino. Rhinos typically are really bad communicators. And I know I am. In my head, I'm communicating with people all the time. I just never say it.
Yeah.
Isn't that a problem?
With communication.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling people all the time in my head, I know what they should be doing. And I think by giving them a look or like what I'm thinking, they ought to just know. That's a problem for me. And here's the thing about it. If I want to lead people, and so I'm stepping out and plowing through and doing my thing, if nobody's following me, I'm just taking a walk. That's what Josh said anyway. So I mean, I struggle with that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sarah, do you want to introduce Christina?
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Can you hear us and see us? Yay. This is my very best friend, Christina Rodman, and I have been trying to get Christina to join my team forever. So I wanted her to be on this call tonight just to see what this is kind of about, to give her a little idea of what we do, and just so she maybe will want to take that leap.
Yay! Welcome. This is a little bit different than we usually do. It's usually more formal, but it's interesting. Last week, Jeff was like, you need to get everyone to talk more. And so this is more interactive, but I think we need to do this more often because I think it's important. So, yeah. Sarah, do you want to talk about what stood out to you and what?
Okay. So I think I'm kind of like Molly, where I'm kind of half rhino and half peacock.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe more peacock than rhino.
Rhino head and a peacock tail.
Can you imagine it? It's like beautiful.
I'm sort of like, hey, look at me. Let's do this now.
The feathers everywhere.
Right. Like sparkly ones, right?
Yeah, sassy, sparkly ones.
But I also feel like Tom, where like I feel like I'm communicating with people, and I think things in my head, like it happens all the time. Someone will text me and I totally text them back in my head, and then like 2 days go by and I'm like, oh, I never texted you back. I'm so sorry. In my head I did. Like, so I feel like I have that same thing that Tom does, where communication is kind of hard for me, but I'm totally thinking it. I'm totally like in my head out loud, but it's not actually coming out.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, half rhino, half peacocks, like what is it that motivates you, like energy wise and surroundings wise, does that make any sense? Is that even a question?
Sorry, we're just watching you get snuck up on.
I saw it creep up. Jackson is blanky.
I don't know. I think I get motivated when I see people see the light, and it's like, you get it. Yes. Like, I know I've been trying to tell you all this, and I'm so glad you're getting this. And this makes sense to you too. It does to me, that it motivates me, seeing people see the value or the value in the program or whatever. But that's kind of what motivates me, is when other people can see it too.
Mm-hmm.
and helping them get there. I think my goal is usually to help them see why I feel the way that I do. I don't know, maybe what is it for you, Sarah?
I think when other people are excited, that I get excited. Like, that's what motivates me. It's like, oh, you like this too? Okay, let's do it. I'm so excited. Like,
yeah.
For me, it's like when other people have energy. And so I get really frustrated in my challenge groups when my challengers aren't participating, because I am like so excited about it. And then like their energy is like, oh, and I'm like, okay, what just happened?
Uh-huh. And it like sucks it out of you too.
Yes, it totally sucks it out. I'm like, what is going on, you guys? I'm doing everything I can think of. So like when there's low energy, then I feel low, and I'm like trying to get it back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm wondering what kinds of things help to create that energy again.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. So being around people who have energy, it's like going in circles, but do you know what I mean? It's surrounding ourselves with like-minded people.
Right.
Well, that's how it is for me.
Well, I think that's like the value of our team.
Yeah.
And stuff, is that even though, you guys all live close to each other, but like, here I am all by myself over in Illinois hanging out by myself, but I don't feel like I'm in this on my own.
Yeah.
Because we have like the team. So
right.
helps a lot. It's talking to someone else who, like, you know, whenever I'm like, I should ask Kirsty about this. And then you're like, oh, well, I would do this, this, and this. And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Isn't that cool? I love that. Like we can be connected all day long.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So that motivates me.
Yeah.
What about Tom?
What motivates me?
Me. Meaning you.
Hey.
He's a self-motivator.
Intrinsic, yeah.
I'm going to do this. Done. High energy.
Yeah. Typically, BHAGs. You know what a BHAG is?
Mm-mm.
Big, hairy, audacious goals. It's like every company ought to have some thing that they're striving for that's ridiculously impossible to get there. But and then they have a lot of short-term motivators as well.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Beachbody does that so well with Success Club prizes, and then the quarterly events, and then yearly, you know, Success Club trips. I think it breaks those rewards down really, really well. Who is it that does really well with rewards? Yeah, I know, right? I was looking at which. Oh, it is the lab.
You got a bone, sweet.
But I think that's something that we all love. Like, can I earn a bobblehead? I'm going to work harder for that bobblehead.
I wanted an apron, and I'm getting an apron.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. I love it.
How hard do people work for a T-shirt? I know.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Funny.
It works.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I do see the value in this, though, because, like, as I look at people, like, for example, my friend Megan,
Mm-hmm.
my coach Megan, like, she is 100% a Labrador. Like, when he was describing her, like, I couldn't even get her out of my head. I'm like, oh my goodness, that is creepy how he is exactly talking about her. I was like, oh, that's good I never thought of it that way, you know, but it makes sense. Like, when you start thinking about people like that, and I'm like, okay, like, I got to talk to her different. And like Tom was saying, you know, like, because it's true, like, she does not care about the money. That would not motivate her. I mean, eventually maybe yes, but that's not why she would become like an active coach. It would be because she could help people, which, I mean, I think is most of our motivations, but you do have to think about, you know, what is going to motivate different people. And I like the way he described that.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty important knowing everybody's personalities. First, obviously, knowing your own and working on your strengths and your weaknesses, but kind of getting to know your market. Like, who are you going to go share this with? Who are they? What are they? And then really focus on their strengths. Don't try to give them something they don't want or an approach that isn't their type. So you kind of have to know your customers, know your coaches, but first know yourself, obviously, and use these to your strengths to be able to share, to expand, and to grow. Because everybody's different, and there's no sense in, you know, trying to tell the red or the rhino something different than what they have on their mind. Work with their passion, and they'll carry it farther than you possibly could. You get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Oh, that's a good point. Christina, can we put you on the spot for a second?
Sure.
So, what is it that interests you in coaching?
I think sharing testimonies. I think my biggest thing is sharing your own personal journey. And I just had a baby, and I feel like a lot of people have a baby and they're kind of stuck. And that's how I am. I'm stuck. I've gained a lot of weight. I'm not how I used to be. I don't feel good, and I want to feel good, and I want to share my personal journey with others and motivate people to feel good. I want to feel good about myself, so I want other people to feel that good, that they can feel beautiful. I mean, beautiful is different for everybody, and I want to show people that size 0 is not the way to go. You can be beautiful and be healthy, and I think 2016 is being healthy and
feeling good physically, mentally, and sharing that with other women, men, you know, even feeding children healthy and different food choices and passing that along to avoid fast food or making better decisions where you go and to not make excuses for myself. So that's how I feel.
That's amazing. I love exactly what we do as
Cool.
That's it right there.
Why is it echoing?
I think because everyone is not muted. That might help. Okay. Weird. I love that you said that beauty is different for everyone and that everybody can be beautiful. And then it's the little choices that we make that, you know, adds up to that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Christina.
You're welcome.
Do you have any questions, or is there anything specific that you were wondering about or that's holding you back that we might be able to help you kind of talk through?
I think I just have to take the jump. I think it's kind of like bungee jumping. You just got to just jump, and I think I'm right at the edge, and I just have to take that leap of faith and just go with it. And it's going to be a scary journey, but I know at the end, if I influence just one life or one person or one anything, I will feel overcome with joy. So I'm there.
Just do it.
That's so amazing. I think, like, I hear so many coaches say that if they can just inspire or help one person, that it will be worth it. Because, like, a lot of times we think that we need to be an expert, or we think that we need business background, or we need to have a ton of followers before we start, but we don't. Like, and you can help and change just one person, and, you know, it does make a difference. And then showing your whole journey too. Like, another thing people think is that they need to have the perfect body or their ideal body when they first start as a coach, so that people believe that they're a coach or something. But as they watch your journey, as they watch you get there, that's super, super inspiring and super motivational for them to see the process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I'm excited. And, you know, faith it instead of fake it till you make it. I love to say faith it till you make it, because it does take faith. And sometimes you just have to take that jump and be in it and say, okay, I'm doing this. Let's kind of build wings as we fall. You know, it's really exciting. Okay, cool. Anything else you wanted to say about the personality things? I love it. I love those animals. It's so cool.
As my favorite G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle.
There you go. It's half the battle.
Christina, were you able to watch that video, or did you miss it?
No, I watched most of it.
So which animal do you think you are?
I think I'm a golden retriever. I'm shy, but I love to talk, and I like to do the thing. I think I'm just scared I think it's the people's reaction where I'm a little scared of, like, are people going to want to follow me? Are they going to want to see my personal journey? How's this going to go? But I'm like, you know what? The heck with it. I'm just going to have to post these pictures of myself and to start, because I know of the 300 friends I have, someone's going to see me and be like, man, these before and afters. I mean, not great before and then a stud muffin afterwards. I mean, and the thing about it is, who cares at the end? It's like my journey, and I will get there. And I don't know. I think this is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. This is harder than even having a baby.
But you can do it. I know you can.
I don't know.
You're awesome.
I like you. You're awesome. I know. I feel like I'm like your friend already. I like you.
That's how we met, Molly. Oh my gosh, get this. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about how Christina and I met. It was the first day of college, and I'm sitting in the hallway, and Christina walks up. She's like, hey, I like your backpack. And I was like, hey, I like your shirt. BFFs. No joke.
I love it.
It's awesome.
That's great.
That is so sweet. What a cool story.
Cool. Well, we're here for you as well, you know, every step of the way. So if you need that extra motivation, you got all of us. So
I appreciate that.
Definitely. Well, we look forward to having you on the team. You'll be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait. I'm scared. I'll get there.
I was scared too, and I always would tell Kirsty that I feel like for the first month, I felt like I was like my head was like 10 feet in front of like the rest of my body, and I was like desperately trying to like run to keep up with all I was doing, and you catch up, and it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. You'll be great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That actually reminds me of another thing that what's his name? Josh Coates said is he was talking about the difference between your head and your heart. And your head is always going to overanalyze everything, and you're always going to be scared about something. There's a fear there about almost everything. But if you make your choices based on fear, you're never going to do those things that your heart wants you to do. And if you're making choices by your heart, by how you feel and how you the things that you desire and wanting to be able to help people, that's when we have these amazing friendships and experiences, is going with your heart, not your head, because we can talk ourselves out of something wonderful just by, being scared or and with sharing our story, and maybe for you too, is just not allowing those things to hold you back. The fears of what are they going to think about me? Just be really true and honest. And what?
Nothing.
Oh, is that what you're scared about?
No.
He just said he's a softie. He's scared that they're going to think that he's a softie. But we know you're tough and manly. I just uncovered something so great. This is so
You're terrible.
okay. I think that we should all watch this with our spouses and talk about it, because I feel really comfortable. I do. It's cool.
I already know what my husband is.
What is he?
Oh, he's a rhino.
Oh no, 2 rhinos?
Yeah, he's 10. Oh, yeah. He's much more of a rhino than I am.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, 2 rhinos might be a little tricky sometimes.
It is. It is.
You probably get your taxes done before April 13th. I'm just guessing.
Yes, we do.
See, that's what happens when you don't have a rhino in the relationship. It's kind of scary. Either way. But no, I mean, great, I think, relationship building activity. So
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. I'm glad. I knew this was going to be fun when I was chatting with you girls earlier. I'm like, we're gonna have fun tonight.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. That was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for being on. It makes a difference. You guys make our team special. So thank you.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
My dinner.
Where's my dinner? All right, guys. Thank you. This is recorded, so I'll post it in the group. You can share it with your coaches that weren't on. And yeah. So, and I'm excited about May too. So thanks for the May planning. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of you, Christina.
Okay.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.